Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Here we're starting a new chapter of biology, which is nutrition in mammals. So we'll start with making the basics of important components of the human diet, or perhaps the animal diet. Just imagine this artwork I did. It has multiple components and we're going to break into each and their importance. First, let's talk about carbohydrates. They are made by monomers known as monosaccharides. All the carbohydrates are made by small molecules called monosaccharides. These monosaccharides combine to make polysaccharides. It is something that we'll talk about in detail in the very next video although. Rice, wheat, cereals, they are important sources of polysaccharides. For example, starch. They provide energy for us and they are then stored in either liver for animals, and if we are talking about plants, they are stored in their roots. When we talk about protein, it's another component of our diet and very important component. It's made up of small molecules known as amino acids. So amino acids make proteins. The important sources of protein include chicken, beef, egg, fish. They make enzymes which perform chemical reactions in our body. They make collagen in our skin and our blood vessels. They make hemoglobin, which is in our blood. And these are important functions of protein within the body. We'll talk about more in detail. There are important minerals in our body which we need constantly. You can hear people saying we have mineral deficiency, so that's also dangerous. An important mineral is iron, which is present in milk and leafy vegetables like celery, like broccoli. It helps in making hemoglobin. So if people have iron deficiency, it's probably that they're going to be suffering from anemia, which is a blood disorder. Another important thing we need is calcium. You can hear a lot of people saying they have calcium deficiency. So we'll talk about calcium along with vitamin D. Calcium and vitamin D both are present in milk and they're important for the development of bones. So they're both essential for bone development and strength. You can hear a lot of people saying they have deficiency of calcium and vitamin D, and they might suffer from a disease known as rickets, where the bones become very weak. Calcium specifically is also important for muscle contraction and nervous impulse conduction. So that's out of the syllabus, but we should know that generally they are both important for bone strength. Another vitamin we need is vitamin C, which is known as the ascorbic acid. Vitamin C is water-soluble vitamin. It's present in citrus fruits like oranges, like lemon. It helps in making a tissue known as the connective tissue. The connective tissue is something that is present around all the organs, especially blood vessels, skin, and gums. So if someone has deficiency, they are going to suffer from scurvy, where it leads to gum bleeding and problematic blood vessel development. Lipids we have already talked about in the previous video where we're talking about plants. We know that lipid is something important, but we don't know what's the basics. We'll talk about it soon. For the time being, we should know that lipids provide energy. They are also known by the word fats and oils. In animals, it is stored as adipose tissue, the layer of fat. When we say we have fat stored under the skin, we are referring to this adipose tissue layer. It helps in insulation under the skin. It also makes important hormones like estrogen and progesterone. So provision of energy, insulation, hormone production, these are important functions of lipids which is present in oils. I hope the overall picture is clear. In the next video, we'll talk about the biochemistry aspect of all these. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks.